What is going on, everybody? Or, well, like the random couple people. So, as you can see, I'm kind of in the middle of something. I got new strings, and I finally started putting them on. Got rid of my old strings, old bridge. This, oh, there it is. This bridge has been on this violin under tension for 4 years, so I figured it's about time to go ahead and replace it. I did 10 minute. Apparently, there's a 10-minute limit on this video, on this camera. Didn't know that, so there is a firmware hack to lift that, which is a thing I might have to end up doing. Did 10 minutes, and it was pretty much me trying to fit this bridge, which is a right-handed bridge, because the slant is on the back side and the 90 degrees is on the front, but because I have to have the E over here and the G over here, the slant will be on the back and the 90 will be on the front because I flipped it around. Little did I realize, when you get a semi-fitted bridge that's done already, and given that it's semi-fitted, the legs on it aren't exactly... Sometimes you get them good ones and you're good to go, and sometimes you don't. I got the kind you don't, because it was straight across. There's no way that would fit any violin whatsoever. So it is what it is. Couldn't return this back, so we're just gonna use it, play around with it, whatever. I put napkin down to protect the coat, and I had some sandpaper, and it was 8 minutes of me going like this, trying to sand this down until I went into a more whittling fashion and went from that. Then, just recently, after getting this as close as I can, it's not perfect, it really isn't, but it's as close as I'm comfortable getting. Best way I found is not the sandpaper, is to actually use a little dab of varnish or what have you, something that won't damage the wood. Place it down, lift it up, see where it is, and then cut that out. I used rosin a little bit, and it's a little thick chunks, but it kind of helped a decent amount in getting this. So now I am in the process of putting in new strings. I've gotten lucky. These strings were from my first videos, and they're about 10 months old, almost 11 months old, so I figure now's as good a time as any. 4-year-old bridge that's been under tension for 4 years, nah, it's far past overdue, and kind of go from there. So I'm just going to kind of start up on one string and leave it at that, because this isn't a tutorial or anything. This isn't a tutorial. That is a very big point I need to make. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of playing around with it. These videos are more just me documenting myself doing things, so I can laugh at myself later, assuming I ever watch any of these videos. So I was having fun trying to do the D string a bit earlier. Which I guess doesn't make sense because of how this is going to get put on. So I will go on the G string, and we're going to string this up, because the G string will get put in under the A. Pretty much how this works is, at least the way I did it the last time, is you feed a little bit of the string through the peg, and you want a little bit still sticking out, and you wrap it to the outside, so the side that you're inserting the peg, and then you wrap it back in, and you just keep wrapping it, and you try getting it close to the wall of the box, and that keeps it nice and neat. And going left and then right, and subsequently right and then left. So I guess inside outside is the additional tension that you get from actually from the string on itself. And that is how violins are basically held together. Every piece on this is, well, not every piece, but it's all tension based. The bridge, like now how it just fell, that's tension based. If there's no tension on it, then it's just gonna fall. The sound post, which I am so fortunate to not have messed anything up with, is tension based. The actual pressure on the bridge transferred into the interior of the violin is what keeps that going. And maybe down the line I will get the tool to actually set one of those and kind of play around with it a little bit, but now is not that time, so we're just gonna go with it. Jeez. Wow, that just does not want to work, does it? And hopefully I'm not running long on this. I meant to set a timer so I could know. Yeah, no, okay. Well, I'm going to play with this. This is more of an update video. I'm hoping that I get some better sound that I notice. Oh yeah, these are artisan strings. I've recorded this so many times, I'm forgetting what I've said and what I haven't said. But I'm going to play around with this and leave my frustrations out of the video. And I hope to get some noticeably better sound, because that means I was doing something. I'm improving, and just the deterioration in the bridge and the strings are what might be causing a little bit of poor sound. I'm not trying to blame them, but hopefully there was something there, and I'm not playing as poorly as I am. But, well, whatever. But gonna leave it at that. I think I recovered everything. I'm not quite sure, but it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed the marathon video. Finally kind of recovered from that. That was a bad time. Maybe I'll talk about it in the next video. But until next week, I will see you Friday. You have yourselves a good one.